It's the night Rodolfo Figueroa's family thought might never happen.
Breathe.
On November 20th, he made it home from the hospital, where his wife Anna was able to hug him. 2 weeks earlier, his daughter Jennifer had to rush him to the emergency room. His oxygen had dropped so low he couldn't breathe. There, doctors told her her father would need a lung transplant to save his life.
I can't picture our family gatherings without him. I don't think we'd ever be whole again.
Tell me about the pain.
Oh, I lived something very terrible. I mean, very bad.
Figueroa's job was making countertops. 4 decades ago, he began cutting them from natural stones like marble, and then later, a man-made product called engineered or artificial stone. Engineered stone is made from crushed quartz mixed with resins and polymers. It comes in a wide range of colors and styles that its marketers say natural stones like marble and granite can't match. The problem? Government reports show that man-made stone is much higher in silica, as high as 90%, higher than in natural stones like marble and granite. And health professionals say breathing in tiny, nano-sized particles of silica that go deep into the lungs can cause an incurable disease, silicosis. Figueroa is one of 54 men the state of California says have required lung transplants due to their work with engineered stone. If they had told you that this would happen, would you have kept working with it?
No, I mean, definitely not.
Engineered stone countertops are fabricated in shops all over the country, but California is the only state actually tracking silicosis cases. Its data alone shows the number of workers there with silicosis has now climbed to over 500, nearly all of them Latino men. Already, 29 of them have died. Engineered stone slab manufacturers are now facing hundreds of lawsuits over those illnesses and deaths, including from Figueroa. In court, major manufacturers have denied responsibility, but at the same time, they're trying to end all the lawsuits through the U.S. Congress.
The committee will come to order.
In January, at a little-noticed House subcommittee hearing, manufacturers told legislators they're being unfairly blamed.
The wrong parties are being sued.
They want Congress to pass a bill that would get them out of any legal responsibility for any worker illnesses or deaths.
When I was told about this legislation, I was outraged.
David Michaels, who was Assistant Secretary at OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, for 8 years, testified at that hearing.
Instead of saying, let's figure out how to make sure these workers are safe, they said, take us off the hook, give us a free pass. So they're saying, if we can stop these lawsuits totally, we'll be able to keep doing what we're doing, which I think would be a terrible thing, of course.
Rebecca Schultz, Chief Legal Officer for U.S.-based engineered stone slab manufacturer Cambria, defended the bill.
The lawsuits are overwhelming good companies throughout our industry.
When we visited her company's massive manufacturing plant and fabrication shop in December, Vice President Micah Aberson told us Cambria keeps its own workers safe by using wet cutting, using water to keep down dust, and limiting silica particles in the air to below the federal limit set by OSHA. He says small fabrication shops cutting their products can do it too.
All you need is wet tooling, wet processing, appropriate ventilation, and air monitoring, and you can run a safe operation.
The silica lands on the filter.
But Georgia Tech research scientist Dr. Jenny Holroyd says when it comes to the hundreds of small shops around the country,
it's incredibly hard to guarantee that these workers are protected from this exposure.
Holroyd has been working with local fabrication shops in Georgia for more than 20 years, showing them how to keep respirable crystalline silica in the air below OSHA's legal limit, 50 micrograms per cubic meter, averaged over an 8-hour workday. Put it this way, in a 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter box of air, the limit is a dust mass so small it's roughly the amount that would cover President Lincoln's forehead on a penny. Anything higher over that workday is considered too much.
I have not seen personally, in my experience, a company consistently keep exposures below the regulatory limits. Sometimes they can get it together for one day, but the work is so variable day to day that they typically can't do it consistently.
In a study published last year, Holroyd and colleagues found even when companies used wet cutting methods with engineered stone products, nearly 50% of workers were still over OSHA's exposure limit.
It's kind of like getting all the planets to align. You have to have everything go right to protect the workers. Even with controls, with this higher silica content, it's virtually impossible to control the exposures.
We saw similar problems for ourselves in California. There, the state adopted new rules to protect workers, including requiring wet cutting, along with stepping up inspections. And on this street in 2024, state inspectors temporarily shut down some shops due to violations. Yet when we went back to check in November, even on that street, we saw workers still using unsafe practices. Holroyd, who has testified in cases on behalf of some workers, estimates there could be 20 to 30,000 workers nationwide who will develop silicosis. At the hearing, the industry said putting all of that on their businesses is wrong.
Our role ends when the slab leaves our warehouse.
Selling stone slabs does not cause silicosis.
They say it's up to small shops themselves, along with the government, to deal with bad actors.
Manufacturers say it's the responsibility of the people who employ those workers in those fabrication shops to keep them safe. Why is that the manufacturer's fault?
That's a misunderstanding of worker safety. It's everybody's responsibility in the entire supply chain to make sure things are safe. If you make a product that's going to be used unsafely, you have a responsibility too.
The numbers are rising everywhere.
California Attorney James Nevin, who represents many of those workers, including Figueroa, believes slab manufacturers should be held responsible.
The whole chain has been created by the slab manufacturers, and part of that process is before it can be installed, it has to be fabricated. It's not like, oh, we didn't know that this was going to happen. We didn't know that our product was going to be fabricated. It's designed to be fabricated.
You're saying they know the process that has to come, and therefore they know the dangers when they put the product into the marketplace.
Exactly.
Back at Rodolfo Figueroa's house north of Los Angeles, he showed us his scars.
How are you feeling now, tonight?
I can say I'm feeling happy because I'm in life. I'm still here.
But his wife Anna knows the lung transplant may only buy her husband a few more years with his family.
I don't see my life without him. If something happened to him, I don't want to live without him.
Figueroa says he knew nothing about the bill being debated in Congress, but when we asked,
what do you think the companies think of the workers, yourself and others?
I don't think they don't think about us. I don't think.